or adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening, this is the 5FM Radio Main News, the headlines. Over 400 road structures in critical condition. ZICSA expands consumer protection mandate by 67% in 2025. And Guinea restricts social media sites as junta chief takes election lead. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. The Road Development Agency RDA has revealed that more than 400 bridges and culvert structures across the country are in critical condition, raising concerns about the safety and resilience of the core road network. RDA Board Chairperson Eugene Hazele says the latest condition assessment of bridges and infrastructure shows that 6.12%, representing 401 structures, are in critical condition. Of this number, 1.07%, translating to 71 structures, are bridges, while 5.4%, or 330 structures, are culverts. Speaking during an end-of-year briefing, Mr. Hazele further disclosed that 3.88%, representing 254 structures, were found to be in poor condition. This includes 19 bridges and 235 major culverts. Additionally, 8.91%, equivalent to 584 structures comprising 101 bridges and 483 major culverts, were assessed to be in fair condition. According to the assessment, the country's core road network currently consists of 6,554 bridges and culvert structures, of which 585 are bridges, 4,250 are major culverts, and 1,719 are lesser culverts. Meanwhile, government secured financing from the African KFDB to support services for capacity rating and structural assessments of bridges with spans exceeding district roads. The AF also financed condition surveys of all bridges and major culverts on the core road network. Engineer Hazile says the objective of the support is to enable effective and efficient management and maintenance of bridges and culvert infrastructure, while also improving planning for future interventions. In the meantime, Engineer Hazile cautioned against overloading of heavy vehicles as they damage the roads. He pointed out that tipper trucks are the culprits.
Key stakeholders to ensure that this problem remains in 2025. It won't help trying to carry it into 2026. The consequences will be bad. We just have to say it ahead so that people are not caught by surprise. Overloading will be fought head on in the coming year. Now, another major challenge, colleagues, that we face is the wanton encroachment of road reserves. Road reserves are gazetted widths designated for roads and are provided for under Section 21 of the Public Roads Act. Over the years, we have observed that individuals and institutions have encroached on these reserves by erecting physical structures such as shops and houses.
The National Road Fund Agency, NRFA, has announced that the recently announced increase in toll fees for selected categories of motor vehicles has been withdrawn with immediate effect. According to a statement issued by the National Road Fund Agency Public Relations Unit, the decision has been made to allow for the signing and publication of the requisite statutory instruments by the Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development. As a result, existing toll fees remain unchanged at all NRFA-operated toll gates across the country, as well as at the 3 toll gates operated by MOEC LN Consortium Limited on the Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway. On 28 December 2025, the NRFA had announced that road tolls for certain categories of vehicles would be increased effective 1st January 2026, following the pronouncement by the Minister of Finance and National Planning, Honorable Stumbekom Sokotwane, during the presentation of the 2026 national budget. NRFA Public Relations Manager Alphonsius Hamajila explained that the proposed increment was to affect only medium-heavy vehicles, heavy vehicles, and abnormal load vehicles, and would have been implemented at all NRFA-operated toll gates, including those on the Lusaka-Ndola Road under the concessionaire MOIC LN Consortium Limited. Mr. Hamajila further stated that toll fees for small vehicles for up to 3.5 tons, including cars, vans, and minibuses of up to 16 seats, would have remained at 20 kwacha per passage. The Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency, ZICSA, has significantly expanded its consumer protection mandate in 2025, with the number of products regulated under compulsory standards increasing from 61 to 102, a rise of over 67%. Speaking during an end-of-year media briefing, ZICSA Executive Director Gerald Chizinga said the milestone followed the declaration of 41 new Zambian standards as compulsory standards under Statutory Instrument Number 20 of 2025, which was issued by the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry on 9 May 2025. Mr. Chizinga explained that the newly declared compulsory standards apply to both locally manufactured and imported products. These include packaging materials, fertilizers, fish feed, additional food products, lubricants and fuels, beverages such as table wines and energy drinks, as well as construction materials like concrete blocks and carbon steel bars used for reinforcement. He noted that prior to the latest declaration, ZICSA regulated products such as food and beverages, household electrical appliances, chemical products, fertilizers, and used textile products commonly known as salaula. Mr. Chizinga further stated that the implementation of the 41 new compulsory standards commenced on 1st October 2025, thereby expanding the agency's regulatory scope and strengthening safeguards for public health, safety, and environmental protection.
More food products, lubricants and fuels, beverages such as table wines and energy drinks, and construction materials, which include concrete blocks and carbon steel bars for the reinforcement of concrete, among other products. For many years, the agency was regulating 61 locally manufactured and imported products. These included food products, beverages such as clear beer and opaque beer, and also fruit-flavored drinks, household electrical and similar appliances, chemical products.
The Zambia Police Service in Lusaka has recorded a serious road traffic accident in which 7 passengers sustained injuries. The accident occurred on December 30, 2025 at around 0450 hours along the Great North Road near Ngorere roundabout. Confirming the incident, Zambia Police Service Public Relations Officer Mr. Godfrey Chilavi said the accident involved a Zongtong bus bearing registration number BBC 4497, property of BA Logistics, and the bus was being driven by Chitalu Gift H31 and was heading towards the Chisamba direction. Mr. Chilawi explained that there were 7 passengers on board the bus, all of whom sustained various injuries. The injured passengers were rushed to Material Level 1 Hospital, where they are currently receiving medical attention. Preliminary investigation that the accident occurred after the driver lost control of the bus due to speed. The bus first hit a street light pole on the left side of the road before ramming into a nearby shop. Investigations into the matter are still ongoing. Meanwhile, the Zambia Police Service has appealed to all motorists to observe road traffic regulations, avoid excessive speed, and always exercise caution in order to prevent road traffic accidents.
BBC 449 197, property of BA Logistics, which was being driven by Chitalu Gift, age 31. The bus was heading towards the Chisamba direction. There were 7 passengers on board who sustained various injuries. All the injured persons were rushed to Matero Level 1 Hospital, where they are currently receiving medical treatment. Preliminary investigations indicate that the accident occurred after the driver lost control of the bus due to excessive speed. The bus initially hit a street light pole on the left side of the road before subsequently ramming into a nearby shop. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. The Zambia Police Service wishes to appeal to all motorists to observe road traffic rules and regulations, avoid excessive speed, and always exercise caution.
And in other news trending this evening, the Analysis Center has called on the Ministry of Local Government to address road grading under the Constituency Development Fund. Governance activist Samson Zili says inclusion of President Hakainde Hichilema among the Telegraph's world leaders of 2025 shows that Zambia's leadership is now under closer international scrutiny, particularly in economic governance. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Zambia Development Agency, ZDA, has reported a significant increase in investor confidence with 2,065 investment licenses issued between 2021 and 2025. The surge has been attributed to Zambia's stable economic policies, strong leadership, and successful debt restructuring. Speaking during an end-of-year press briefing, ZDA Board Chairperson Professor Biamba Muliti said the growth in investment reflects equitable development across all 10 provinces and not only Lusaka. Professor Militi noted that deliberate efforts are being made to take development to areas such as Nakonde, Rukuru, and Sinazongwe, adding that more jobs are being created in line with the government's decentralization policy aimed at ensuring inclusive growth for all Zambians.
We are coming from a period where the economy was almost dead. We are coming from a period where inflation was rampant. We're coming from a period where the exchange rate was nothing to write home about, and of course, where investment was dying. But due to the good policies which have been introduced by the new Dawn government from 2021 up to now, up to date, everybody is free to see what is happening, how the economy has changed, how the investment scenario has changed, and of course, how the job situation, especially for the young people in our country who are the future.
Meanwhile, ZDA Director General Albert Haluampa credited President Hakainde Hichilema's strong focus on trade and investment for the influx of investors. He said the president's consistent promotion of Zambia's investment opportunities has positioned the country as a preferred destination for investors. Mr. Haluampa revealed that key sectors attracting investments include mining, energy, agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, and infrastructure.
In 2021 and up to 2025, we're very happy to see the levels of investor confidence in this, particularly in 2025. As ZDA, we've been very, very busy. We have had investors almost every day coming from all over the world to come and look for opportunities, to come and understand the investment landscape, the investment infrastructure, the incentives, and also the policy in this country. We are very glad to report that we have experienced the highest levels of investor confidence ever in this country.
Ends the business news, and in news from across our borders, Guinea has restricted access to social media platform TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook as the country awaits the final results from Sunday's presidential election. Internet monitoring organization NetBlocks reported that access to the popular sites via key providers Orange and MTN had been disrupted. Initial results published late on Monday show that junta chief General Mamadi Doumbouya, who took power in a coup 4 years ago, has taken a huge lead in the presidential race, AFP News Agency reports. The main opposition leaders were barred from contesting the poll. There has been no official comment on the restrictions, but critics see it as an attempt by the junta to stifle criticism of the results. And in sports news, Polo Polo team Dr. Wesley Ngongo has confirmed that Polo Polo boys captain Fashion Sakala is in a much better condition today compared to yesterday. Sakala was rushed to a hospital in Rabat on Tuesday afternoon after he suddenly fell ill. According to Dr. Ngongo, the captain was taken to the medical facility at around 12:30 local time after complaining of abdominal discomfort, dizziness, and general weakness during a routine medical check. Dr. Ngongo said Sakala's condition improved later in the night and he was subsequently discharged from hospital and allowed to return to the team hotel. He further confirmed that he checked on the Polo Polo striker this morning and noted significant improvement in his condition. The medical team, however, will continue to closely monitor Sakala as a precaution.
The latest is that he's doing much better than he was yesterday. Fortunately, after the game was done, late in the night, he had improved and he was allowed to go back to the hotel. And this morning, we checked on him. He's doing better. He's continued to improve, but we're still monitoring because he's ill. So we still have to continue being on the lookout just in case he deteriorates. But of course, he's improved. He traveled with us from Rabat this morning, and we got here together. And even when we got here, we had a check on him, and he's still much improved compared to how he was yesterday.
And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
Luapula, northern Muchinga and eastern provinces, including the northern parts of Copperbelt and the eastern parts of central provinces, cloudy with rain and thunder. Heavy falls are expected over Luapula province. Northwestern, western, southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the southern parts of Copperbelt and the western parts of central provinces, partly cloudy. Windy at times and mild with isolated rainfall and occasional thunder. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Development Agency RDA has revealed that more than 400 bridges and culvert structures across the country are in critical condition, raising concerns about the safety and resilience of the core road network. The Zambia Compulsory Standards Agency ZICSA has significantly expanded its consumer protection mandate in 2025, with the number of products regulated under compulsory standards increasing from 61 to 102, a rise of over 67%. And finally, Guinea has restricted access to social media platform TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook as the country awaits the final results from Sunday's presidential election. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.